Chicago! It feels so good to be back. We're gonna have so much fun.
Hello, Army. Welcome back to BTS on 7. Today, we're diving into one of the most unforgettable transformations in Jimin's recent performance history, and I'm talking about a night where he absolutely commanded the stage in Chicago with a completely reinvented look that had everyone talking. This wasn't just a concert moment, it was a statement. The BTS World Tour Ararong brought the group to Soldier Field in Chicago, and from the very first moment Jimin stepped onto that stage, it was crystal clear that tonight was going to be different. When you followed an artist for years, you learn to recognize the subtle shifts in their energy, their presentation, and their intention. This was one of those nights where absolutely everything aligned into something unforgettable. Let's talk about what made this performance so visually striking. Jimin emerged wearing a boldly styled black leather ensemble that spoke volumes about the aesthetic direction he was choosing for this particular show. The centerpiece was an absolutely ripped and torn black shirt that hung open in a way that was unapologetically confident. This wasn't accidental or casual, it was a deliberate styling choice that conveyed attitude and rawness. Paired with perfectly fitted black leather pants, the entire look created an edgy, rock-inspired persona that felt like a departure from his previous tour styling. But the outfit wasn't only the story. The styling team had completely transformed Jimin's hair for the evening. Gone was the usual texture and styling. Instead, he was wearing his hair completely straight, and the effect was striking. The sleek, straight-haired look gave him an entirely different presence on stage. It's fascinating how something as seemingly simple as hair texture can completely shift how an artist presents themselves. And in Jimin's case, this choice added to the overall rockstar energy of the night. The contrast between his typical softer visual presentation and this harder, more angular look was exactly what made it so impactful. The makeup was equally intentional. His eyes were heavily emphasized with dramatic makeup that enhanced their natural shape while creating a more intense, focused look. The makeup artists clearly understood the vision for the night. They weren't going for soft or approachable. Instead, they were amplifying his stage presence with makeup that commanded attention. The overall effect was someone who looked simultaneously vulnerable and powerful, which is actually the perfect balance for a performer like Jimin. When you watch him move across the stage in this look, something becomes immediately apparent. The confidence radiates outward. There's a difference between wearing an outfit and embodying it, and Jimin was absolutely embodying every single aspect of this transformation. His posture was different, his movements had a different quality. The attitude he projected wasn't arrogance, it was the kind of self-assured confidence that comes from being completely committed to a creative choice. Many fans online described this moment using words like serving, discussing how he was presenting such a complete version of this character on stage. Some ARMY mentioned that they'd never seen Jimin quite like this before, that the combination of all these elements, the outfit, the hair, the makeup, the movement, it all created something entirely new. Fan discussions highlighted how the styling choices weren't just about looking good, but about telling a story through visual presentation. One of the most talked about moments was the way the shirt worked with his movement. As he performed, the ripped and open shirt would shift and move with him, adding another layer of drama to every gesture. Fans noted that the styling team had clearly thought through how the outfit would interact with performance. This wasn't just something that looked good standing still, it was designed to be dynamic and engaging throughout the entire show. The atmosphere at Soldier Field that night was electric. Chicago crowds are known for their energy, and they were absolutely here for this version of Jimin. The connection between performer and audience felt different too. There was this palpable sense that everyone in that venue understood they were witnessing something special. This wasn't just another night on tour. This was a moment where artistic vision, confidence, and execution all came together perfectly. What's particularly interesting about this styling choice is that it represented a willingness to take risks visually. Jimin could have played it safe, stuck with a proven formula from previous tour dates. Instead, he chose to completely reimagine his visual presentation for this performance. That kind of creative bravery is part of what keeps audiences engaged and invested across multiple shows. You never quite know what version of an artist you're going to get, and that unpredictability is exciting. The fan reactions across social media highlighted just how impactful this styling was. Discussions centered on the combination of elements, how each piece worked together to create a complete visual statement. The makeup, the hair, the outfit, the attitude, it all seemed perfectly calibrated for maximum impact. Fans weren't just commenting on individual elements, they were responding to the holistic transformation and how completely Jimin had committed to it. What's also worth noting is how this type of transformation speaks to the artistry of performance. Jimin isn't just singing and dancing on that stage, he's creating a complete visual experience. He's thinking about what story each element of his appearance tells, how it contributes to the overall narrative of the performance. That level of intentionality is what separates good performances from truly memorable ones. This particular night in Chicago became one of those moments that fans reference when discussing Jimin's career and his evolution as a performer. It's the kind of night that spawns countless fan discussions, fan art, and conversations about his creative choices. It demonstrated that at this stage of his career, he's not afraid to push boundaries or try something completely different. The takeaway from this moment isn't just about a great outfit, though it certainly was that. It's about the commitment to a vision, the willingness to transform completely, and the confidence to carry it off. It's about understanding that performance is more than just the singing. It's about creating an entire world for your audience to step into, and Jimin absolutely succeeded in doing that on this Chicago night. So, thank you so much for joining me as we explored this incredible performance moment. If you're loving this deep dive into Jimin's artistry and his performances, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and tells YouTube that you want more content like this. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts about this styling moment or your favorite Jimin performance moment. Don't forget to subscribe to BTS on 7 so you never miss any of our deep dives into BTS content. And make sure to enable notifications so you're always the first to know when we upload something new. Thank you so much for watching, Army. Your support means everything to this channel, and I can't wait to bring you more stories about the moments that make BTS so special.